Hello, this is Faith at Faith&books. How are you doing? This is going to be a short announcement video because, well, as it happened when I was doing a bookshelf tour of the medieval books that I've got, I showed a book called The Cloud of Unknowing. And Christy Lewis at Dostoevsky in Space saw it, and she just happened to be planning a Lenten read-along with Emma, the bookish princess, and Victoria of the musical Bookworm. And so I got invited to be a co-host. So we are having this Lenten read-along of Cloud of Unknowing. It's by Anonymous. It's from the late 1300s. It's considered a spiritual classic. It's a work of Christian mysticism. It's a guide to prayer. And yeah, so we're going to read this. Now I don't want to lose any of my thoughts, so I wrote notes. I'm trying to be more organized. So as you know, Lent is 40 days long, or as you probably know. Lent is my favorite liturgical season. I really like it. There's something about Lent that really makes me feel closer to my Creator. And so I like the discipline that goes along with it. And part of that is, it's prayer, almsgiving, and fasting are the three things you're supposed to do to prepare yourself for the commemorating the passion, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. One thing to do is to read, and I need to work on my prayer life. I'm not the best prayer. I grew up Catholic, and then I left the church for a long time. Then I came back to it, and I like the rote prayers. I think some people don't like that, but to me, somebody much wiser and more spiritually aware wrote these beautiful things, like poems almost, that when I recite them or read them, there's so much depth and wisdom there to pray through. They give me a beautiful vehicle. So I really like that kind of prayer. I'm not good with spontaneous prayer, except when it comes to sort of what they call aspirations, where you just, you lift little thoughts up. It's like text messaging God. Oh, I hear somebody outside the door. I knew that the minute I started recording, suddenly people would be stirring. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so this is the book we're reading, and I looked at how long it was. This book is the forwards by Huston Smith. It's edited by William Johnston. I went through it, and I figured out that if you don't look at the introduction or the table of contents, the actual book itself, and this actually has two things in it, the Cloud of Unknowing and the Book of Privy Counseling, but we're just doing the Cloud of Unknowing. You'd have to read a little less than 3 pages a day to complete it in 40 days. So that's what I plan to do. I plan to treat it as a devotional, like a Lenten devotional that I'm going to read every day. Lent is 40 days, but you also get 6 free Sundays, because you're not supposed to, each Sunday is a mini Easter, so you're supposed to be rejoicing and not, preparing or being penitential at that time. So on Sundays. So anyway, so you even get some extra time if you fall behind. That's my plan. I know that Emma and Christy and Victoria were planning on doing a reading sprint during March. I'm not into reading sprints because it doesn't help me concentrate to go online and have that awareness of other people. For some reason, that's distracting to me. So I probably won't do that. Also, I don't need to sprint. I'm going to be reading it little by little. But there's also going to be a live discussion. It's through Google Meets. And that is going to be on April 15th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's the weekend, I think, after Easter. Is that the next week after Easter? I think so. Yeah, I think it's the Saturday after Easter. So that's when that's going to be. Also, Emma, the bookish princess, I think I haven't checked this out. She has a book club called the Bookish Kingdom, I think. And I think that has a Discord. And I think she was going to create a group or a section on Discord to discuss the book as well. So if you want to participate in this read along, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the book, how you can get it, send me an email. I'll put my email below. You can either post your email in the comments below, or I'll post my email, and you can send me your email if you're interested. You can email me and then send me your email, and then I'll pass it on to the powers that be that are, because I don't know how to organize a Google Me, but I'll let them know. So the book. So this is the book that I have now. I think I might have looked at this years ago. For some, I discovered it was really my aunt's book, and all her books are in a cabinet in the living room. But I must have taken it out and been looking through it, and then somehow it wound up in here. But I don't remember anything about it. So this is one edition, but there's another very popular edition that came out, I believe, in the 1920s, and that is edited by Evelyn Underhill. And I had heard her name before. She was a great writer about Christian mysticism in the early 20th century. And so you can find her version for free online. So Evelyn Underhill, I'll put it down below in the notes. It's also available on Audible. I don't know how, I just listened to the sample. I don't know how great the narrator is, but you could also listen to it that way. And I did not check LibriVox. It might be for free on LibriVox if you don't do Audible. So it's pretty accessible. And I saw that there were a couple of copies, or at least one copy at Thrift Books, and you can just buy it, you know. So I think it's pretty accessible. So this starts February 22nd, and I hope that you'll join us. I think it will be, you know, a great spiritual exercise, and really prepare us for Easter. And, you know, it's a classic work that I haven't read yet, so I'm looking forward to really delving into it, and hopefully it will help my prayer life. So did I say everything that I needed to say? And I will write everything down in the notes. I think I did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lent goes through to the Triduum, which is Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and then Holy Saturday, the Vigil Mass for Easter. No, I think it goes all the way. How can that be 3 days? It starts Holy Thursday night and it ends Sunday evening, right? So it's almost like it's Jewish. They count from sundown to sundown. Anyway, enough of that. Enough of me blathering. I hope you will join us, and I will. I'm putting this up on January 30th, and I think that everybody's going to try to do an announcement video on January 30th. So look for Christy Lewis, Dostoevsky in Space, and Victoria, the musical bookworm, and Emma at Bookish Princess. They will all have announcement videos as well. All right, thanks a lot, and take care, and happy reading. Bye-bye. Oh, one more thing that I wanted to add. This book, the Cloud of Unknowing, is about contemplative prayer. I started to talk about prayer, and then I got sidetracked. But one form of prayer that isn't rote prayer or even spontaneous prayer is contemplative prayer, and I do not know much about that. So I think it'll be interesting to explore that way of praying. I think it's maybe considered the highest form of prayer. So yeah, maybe might be beyond me. I probably need a lot of learning to get there. Anyway, so just thought I'd add that in.